In this video, we will go over how to do the Shattered Veil Easter egg solo. For your loadout, I recommend either the GS45 or the ASG. Your field upgrade must be the Aether Shroud, and I highly recommend the Extra Charge Augment. Pick any tactical. Your starting lethal has to be your combat axe. No gobblegums are necessary, but if you want, free fire, shields up, whatever you want. Starting off, when you spawn in, turn around and there is another combat axe you can pick up. Remember to hold on to these as you need them for a step in the Easter egg. Open your way through the map and note the locations of the white boxes and plant seed pods. If you don't know what to look for, then don't worry, I'll go more in depth later. Make your way through the Pack-a-Punch. When you're at Pack-a-Punch, on the table to the right is another combat axe. So you really can't do the Easter egg at least until before round 10. But if you have the whole map open before round 10, it's good to gather a lot of the parts around the map. There are reflectors, white boxes, the bell, some canisters. The white boxes you need to damage to break them open. You're looking for an essence bomb, which drops after destroying the 8th box. I will now show you all the locations. The first box is next to the portal. The second box is up the stairs to the left before the greenhouse. Head into the greenhouse, and next to Quick Revive there's a fountain. Walk up to it and pick up the reflector. The next box is in here in the greenhouse next to the music Easter egg trigger. The next box is in the upper terrace right here. The next box is here in Shem's Henge across from the ammo box. Next is in the big roundabout before the mansion. There's one right here next to the ammo crate, and the next one is right here on the far right wall. Moving into the mansion, there's one on the right side right as you come in near the arsenal. There's one in the top right corner on the second floor in the grand foyer. There's also one in the bottom left corner of the second floor as well. There's one here near Stamina Up under the House Hunger sign. There's one here in the far left corner of the bottom floor of the library. There's one right here to the right of Elemental Pop. There's one behind Double Tap near the ammo box. There's one in the west balcony across from the arsenal machine. There's one in this hallway before Death Perception. There's one here on the balcony outside the nursery. Right here there's also a fountain with a reflector in it, so pick it up. Now pick up the sconce, which is in the cardboard box in the banquet hall across from the Gobblegum machine. Now head down to the underground area. In the Sam Ball area there's a crafting table. To the left of that is a big tube. To the left of that is a letter, and it will either be A or B. Take note of this letter, head past the Sam Ball area, through this hallway. To the right is another box spawn. Now to your left side outside of the map, you will see some pipes. You'll need to hit these with your combat axe. First hit this middle valve, aim your reticle so that the bottom is right on top of the valve, then hit either the A or B valve. If done correctly, the pipes should be steaming. Keep moving down the service tunnel. To the right of the big doors is another box. Then towards the end of the service tunnel is another box spawn. The final box spawn is in the armory area, so head inside. Head back through the service tunnel and pick up this Gersh device that's in this pile of rubble, and then if you found the essence bomb, place it on this wall to the left of the purple armor wall by. Now you will need an explosive, so if you brought the GS45, then go Pack-a-Punch it. If not, go up to the kitchen, and under the island is a Molotov. Use your explosive on the tube next to the crafting table in the SAM room, and it will pop out a canister. Pick it up. Now head to the area behind Double Tap, and there is a zombie spawn. Throw your Gersh device at the floor right in front of the spawn. Do not throw it in the zombie spawn. In it will suck up a canister, and you can pick it up. Now head to the study and you will find the SWAT wall buy. In this room there is a bell. There are many spawns that require you to break glass to pick it up. So what you can actually do is look around the room and spam the ping button and it will mark the bell. So yeah, literally just kind of spam the ping button around the room and you'll see it again. You might have to break the glass to pick it up. Okay, that should be all the parts we can get for now. Progress to round 10 and head to the Sam Ball area. In this area you will see one of the zombies is called a lab technician. It will drop a floppy disk when killed. Pick up the floppy disk and head over to this computer near Stamina Up. If you interact with it, the computer will turn red and some vermin will spawn. Kill the vermin and a paper will appear out of this machine. If you hold the interact button, a HUD element will appear on your screen. You are looking for the bold 4-letter word. It can either be moth, crab, yeti, or worm. Now head to the nursery and look at this chalkboard. Here is a chart for all the combinations. You are looking at the bottom left group of letters, then lining them up with your word if you want to do this chart. But if you don't want to use the chart, you are looking at the chalkboard, and each letter in your word will be in a letter group. Count how many letters are in that group. Once you have your code, head down to the basement area and you will find this door with a doppelgast inside. Make sure you have a good gun to take him down. Type in the code in this keypad and he will come out. Kill the doppelgast and pick up his arm. Head to the armory and place the arm to the right of the ray gun Mark II case, and you can pick up the ray gun Mark II. Hopefully you got the 2 other canisters, because we're getting the 3rd one now. Around the map there are 4 blue crystal egg things, whatever. You have to shoot them with the Mark II. The first one is right outside the armory, high up on the ceiling in this service tunnel. The next one is on the balcony outside the PhD room, high up on the wall. The next one is near the stamina up room, way up high. The final one is near quick revive, again up on the ceiling. One of them will have a canister, so pick it up. Also, we are going to need some plants around the map. Around the map, there are plant seeds that you need to shoot with your base Mark II. If you have any upgraded version, it will not work. So if you do have an upgraded version, you're going to have to use explosives, so explosive GS45 shot also works. When you hear a scream, then a plant seed will drop. You need to pick it up and you will find 4 plant seeds. Here are all the locations that I know of. Against the bridge in the spawn room. To the left of the stone bench in the spawn. Near the fountain near quick revive. In Shem's hinged one in the upper level near Speed Cola. To the left of the mansion entrance in the motor court. To the left of the crafting table in the motor court. In the southwest balcony. In the west balcony. To the right of the ammo box in the rear patio. Now let's get started with these ray gun upgrades, starting with the P. Again, you can get these in any order. I'm just starting with the P. Get the reflectors, the canister, and the essence bomb. Use the essence bomb on the wall next to the purple armor wall buy. Head through the tunnel and place the canister in this machine. You will see a laser. Place a reflector at the end of the laser. Then follow it and place the next reflector on the end of that laser. Now melee the crystal that is emitting the laser, and a pulse will trace the laser and spawn in a doppelgast. Once you're done, pick up the second reflector, head to the first reflector and melee it once. Now head up to the second floor and where the laser is pointing and place a reflector there and melee it once. Now melee the crystal, it will fire the pulse, and a second doppelgast will appear. Kill it. Now melee the first reflector one more time and then melee the crystal. A very chunky doppelgast will spawn in, kill it, and pick up the canister. Now head to the main bedroom near death perception and craft the ray gun Mark II-P. Moving on to the W, do this at the end of a round, head to the speed cola and place the canister in this machine. An abomination will spawn in, do not kill it. You need to get an abomination to shoot 3 smaller rocks around the hinge to make them glow blue. Then once a rock glows blue, get an abomination to do a charge attack at the rock. This will make it float. Do this for all 3 rocks. This step is very annoying, so be patient. Once you have all 3 rocks, you now need to defend the center portal from vermin. This usually lasts about a minute or so. Once it's done, pick up the canister and head to the service tunnel across from the armory. You can craft the ray gun Mark II-W. Now for the R. If you have all 4 seeds, head to the conservatory. Place the canister in this machine and there are 4 planters. Place a seed in each planter one at a time and you'll need to defend it for about a minute. You know it's done when the plant is really big. Do this for all 4 plants. If you fail at any time, the seed will pop back out and you'll just have to put it back in. Once you have done all 4, pick up the canister and go to the spawn room and craft the ray gun Mark II-R. Now that we have all 3 ray gun variants, you need to do things with each of the 3 variants. You can do this in any order again, but in this guide we will start with the P. Get the ray gun Mark II-P and go to the banquet hall before the elevator. Interact with this machine next to the painting and you will need to get about 8 kills with the Mark II-P. This will open a portal. Now go inside and pick up the bottle at the end of the table. There are now 3 cups around the map that spawn Elder Disciples. Killing them will complete the ritual. The 3 cups are here in the wine cellar on the table, here in this bench in the overlook, and here on this stone bench in the spawn. Once all 3 disciples have been killed, head to the banquet hall once again, and around the elevator shaft, there are 3 numbers on the walls from left to right. Take note of the numbers. Now head to the depth perception room, and there is this safe. Enter the combo, and inside is an antler carving. Pick it up and head to the portal area. Place it on the pedestal, and there will be a mini boss lockdown. This will have a shield that you need to shoot with the Ray Gun Mark II. Once killed, it will drop a max ammo, and make sure you pick up the Sentinel artifact. Now for the Ray Gun Mark II W. Place the sconce on this wall next to Juggernog, and you will need to play a quick game of Simon Says with the lamps. There are 3 rounds, up to 3 inputs. Very challenging, I know. If done correctly, the wall will open. Head downstairs and interact with the machine next to the painting. Get 8 kills with the Mark II W near the painting, and the portal will open. Now head inside to trigger a few quotes from the guy. Now if you found the bell, get a brain rot on your gun and head to the bar in the overlook. Place the bell on the bar and get a zombie brain rotted and ring the bell. The zombie will go behind the bar and make a bottle. Pick up the bottle and head it to the blue portal. Place it on the pedestal, and there is another mini-boss. Take down the shield using the ray gun. Once dead, a max ammo will drop, and pick up the Sentinel artifact. Now for the Ray Gun Mark II-R. Head to the library and interact with the machine. Get 8 kills with the Mark II-R, and it will open the portal. You need to find a few items which can only be seen in Aether Shroud vision. You need the audio log, an ID tag, and a ledger. The ID tag will spawn in the fireplace in either the east foyer, the banquet hall, or the study. The ledger will spawn on a desk in the east foyer or the study, and the audio log will spawn on a desk in the east foyer or the overlook, or one of the sofas in the library. The best way to do this is to tag a few items with 1 activation. So in the study and the library, check them quickly with 1 Aether Shroud. The east foyer and overlook you can also tag quickly. I'm not sure if it's a bug, but in my games, if I'm close enough to the item, even if I don't actually see it, it will appear even outside of Aether Shroud vision. If you run out of Aether Shroud charges, there is an extra charge in the Sam room. It's either on the desk across from Pack-a-Punch, or here on this tray to the left of the crafting bench when you're facing Sam. When you have all 3 items, head back to the library, and there are 3 books that are glowing. You need to hit them in a specific order. The first one is the Sideways 6, I call that. It's a circle with a line sticking out. The next one is the circle with a line in it, and then the third one is the 3 circles. If done correctly, a secret door will open, and inside will be the nuclear plant report. Pick it up and place it on the pedestal in the portal. Same thing with this mini-boss. Take down the shield with the Mark II, kill it, and pick up the artifact. Now we are on to the boss fights, so get set up with Tier 3 Pack-a-Punch and all of your perks that you want. Please bring a chopper gunner. Self-revive, you know the drill. I recommend using the Mark II W variant. Gersh devices are monkey bombs, PhD slider, Vulture Aid with the Wonder Weapon augment. If you really want to, you can get the Wonder Waff, it's also pretty good. When you are ready, head to the Sam room and interact with Sam here. A cutscene will play. The Z-Rex's mechanics are mainly shoot him. There are green toxic pools around the area that will slow you down, so you can slide through them as long as you slide before them, and PhD slider will come in really handy here. This is a 4-phase fight. The first 2 phases should go pretty smoothly. Just keep your distance and try to do tight figure 8s around the rocks. If you can't cut behind a corner, the boss can really mess you up with its sprint attacks. Don't get behind it because its tail will slam you up in the air. The eyes are the crit spots. Sometimes toxic zombies will be on its ribs, so shoot them for good damage. When its health bar hits a quarter, it will jump up and some super sprinters will come at you, so be ready for that. It will then come back down, and it's repeat of the first phase. When the boss hits half health, this is where you gotta lock in. The boss will be a lot more aggressive with its attacks. Use your Aether Shrouds and all of your equipment. When it's at a quarter health, it will jump up, and this is basically, once you're here, you're home free. When it comes back down, shoot it a little bit, but if you're in danger, just use the chopper gunner, and if you constantly nail it with the chopper gunner, it will go down. Finish it off, and you have finished the Shattered Veil Easter egg. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.